and welcome to UK Crime Caught on Camera. In this one, we're looking back at stories involving the use of drones. This video captures one of many illegal drops made by a drug smuggling drone pilot as he smuggled drugs and mobile phones into prisons. With the help of his partner, he made more than 100 drops into 11 jails and young offenders institutions between August 2022 and October 2023. Footage from one smuggling operation shows a drone hovering over a prison at night while lowering mobile phones on a fishing line. At least 72 of the drone drops took place at HMP Onley in Rugby, Warwickshire, over 39 days. A court heard how the wife used her bank account to launder nearly £50,000, which her husband had been paid for piloting the drones. The couple were found out after the pilot crashed his drone in the grounds of HMP High Point in Suffolk. Fishing line and hooks had been attached to the drone, with a package containing heroin, steroids, chargers, tobacco, SIM cards and mobile phones worth nearly £20,000. Data from the crashed drone confirmed it had been responsible for 62 flights on 34 dates in 7 different prison sites between January 3rd and June 3rd, 2023. The pilot was jailed for a total of 6 years and his wife was sentenced to 15 months. Next up, we're in Notts, where police are hunting down a drug dealer. Dozens of officers raided a drug den a few years back and seized massive amounts of cocaine and cannabis. The drug dealer escaped through a bathroom window while police were investigating the property. However, the footage we're watching was captured by a drone, and officers were soon directed to his position and began closing in, alongside a canine colleague. The chase goes on, but the dealer is eventually caught by a police dog from the roof of a parked car. As he hits the pavement, large amounts of cash spill out. The dealer was jailed for 9 years after he admitted possession with intent to supply Class A and Class B drugs and possessing a prohibited weapon. This is a moment a fugitive tries to hide in a hot tub after leading police officers on a death-defying 80-mile-per-hour chase the wrong way down a dual carriageway. He clambered into the jacuzzi as armed cops tracked him down to a family's back garden. Prior to that, he was one of 3 thugs who led officers on a high-speed chase after they left a man for dead in a savage assault. Police say the trio drove the wrong way round a roundabout. They then drove the wrong way at more than 80 miles per hour on a dual carriageway, forcing other vehicles to swerve to avoid collision. Several minutes later, the trio turned around on the carriageway and drove the other way. Next, police officers caught up with them in a residential area where the trio tried to escape capture. One of the thugs tried to flee through some gardens. And, as we've already said, he tried to dodge the police by hiding inside a hot tub. But that didn't work out, and soon the law caught up to him. 2 of the trio, including the hot tub thug, were convicted for attempted murder, while another was guilty of GBH with intent. They were sentenced to a combined 57 years. The driver here is someone West Midlands Police describe as really violent and who preyed on the vulnerable and took advantage of them. The footage shows him dangerously weaving in and out of traffic, but it's what he did beforehand that prompted the police pursuit. The thug stole a 78-year-old woman's bag in the street that resulted in her breaking a hip after being dragged to the ground. Elsewhere, he broke into the home of another 78-year-old woman and got her phone line so she couldn't call for help. There, he stole bank cards and cash. The driver also stabbed another woman several times in her hand as he tried to cut the strap off her handbag while she was walking down the street. He also tricked his way into the house of a vulnerable man who previously suffered a stroke by asking for a glass of water before stealing the man's bank cards. But the homeowner's son spotted the thug leaving the house, recognised him as previously having done roofing work at the property, and was later able to identify him. A day later, he stole a Fiat 500, but police were able to trace it due to an in-car tracker. The driver pled guilty to 5 burglaries, 3 robberies, an attempted robbery, and aggravated vehicle taking. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison.
We go to Peterborough, where a gang went on a crime spree, robbing delivery drivers at knife point and driving off on stolen mopeds. Dramatic helicopter footage shows the teenage thugs recklessly riding stolen mopeds across residential lawns and footpaths.
Mopeds. Currently Bretton Gate.
Yeah, that's all copy. Thanks, pass.
Southbound Cranford Drive, stand by for direction. They're now off-road, heading towards Ledbury Road. They've taken to the footpath behind Wilton Close. They're south towards the Westwood Garage playing fields. Onto Ledbury Road, and they're now westbound, generally towards, and it's a reset back towards the railway bridge. Subject slowing, and it's a stop-stop.
And at one point, apparently filming on his mobile phone as they are chased by road policing and firearms units.
One pillion passenger got off, taken a photograph of them, they're back on now. Both vehicles off westbound on that footpath.
Right, recent plaques, clear of Astor.
Past the other moped, we're with that, it's Vinters Close.
Uh, 1090.
This was the moment when police outsmarted the thugs. After splitting up, one abandons the bike and runs home to get changed, as cops turn up and arrest him. Next, another crook enters the same address, unaware police were inside. The other continued to ride dangerously through town before dumping the moped in the River Nene. He was arrested the following day. The trio were jailed for 12 years.
Black jacket, hooded jacket, and a black woolly hat on. Whereabouts are you? Angus Court. What colour socks has he got on? Yes, I can see that the guys are...
Next, we're in Surrey, where 2 suspected pheasant poachers being tracked by local police are in for a Christmas Day surprise. A man was spotted sneaking through the woods carrying a large sack, but it wasn't Father Christmas running late to deliver a final present. And no, that's not an elf with him, but another man carrying a firearm.
Trees, but they are slowly moving their way along the eastern side of White Lane, southbound towards Titsey Hill. As just for information, they are sort of hunkered down, appear to be doing something on the floor. I thought it was removing or trying to hide the weapon, but he's still got it in his hands. It's definitely a long rifle with a scope on the top. And they are about to come out on the lane, probably about 40 metres ahead of you on the offside. Yeah, Empaz coming up on your offside in 3, 2, 1.
Guided by police helicopters, this was the moment armed response officers caught up with the two festive poachers.
Hands right in the car. Do it now. Do it now.
FC to TFC, 2 miles behind.
Yes, I've been watching that. That's good work. Is the rifle back in the woods?
With perfect teamwork, they trapped and detained the men in an armed stop when officers seized an air rifle and a bag of dead pheasants.
This drone footage shows a thief trying to evade capture by swimming to hide on an island. A man made his unusual getaway after stealing a bottle of wine from a shop in Avon. The thief ran into a park where he discarded clothing and a bag before he ran into the lake and swam to a small island in the middle. Police used a drone to follow his movements on the island to help track him down. He was eventually sentenced to 26 weeks in prison in October 2024 after he pleaded guilty to aggravated burglary. He was ordered to pay £154 in compensation. Thanks for watching UK Crime Caught on Camera on Shots. If you're watching us in Freeview, stay tuned for more authentic UK television curated from the hearts of British communities by journalists living in them. If you're watching anywhere else, please like, share us around, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Doing so helps us to keep creating content like this.